From the hallowed grounds of Fenway Park, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox.
If you don't want to say something, if you don't want to say something, if you don't want to say something, if you don't want to say something.
Alongside my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Chompy. Thanks for joining us here. Well, Singy, all eyes are on this team's elite starting rotation. They're stringing together some quality outings.
Yeah, every starter is stepping up right now, Boo, going deep into games, and most importantly, keeping their bullpen fresh. Buckle up, because it doesn't appear that they're cooling off anytime soon.
Stand up, let's go.
First pitch coming your way next.
You know you better show. Stand up, let's go.
And towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Sonny Gregg. But Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound. Just about to get underway, Ernie Clement getting ready to hit. The 1-1. And a big swing and a miss. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Now around second, going for third. The relay throw, and he's out easily.
Really nice job of hitting right there, but you've got to be a better base runner than that and understand the situation. With nobody out, you've got to be able to shut it down, stay at second, keep yourself in scoring position instead of killing a potential rally.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Just getting started here from Fenway Park. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Handles, throws to first. Fine play in the hole for the out. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. The guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Addison Barger.
Well, this guy's hitting over 450 over the last 10 games, and that's domination. It doesn't matter who's out on the mound, lefty, righty, sidearm, sinker, cutter. He's hitting everything. Looks really locked in and extremely comfortable at the plate right now.
Inside, ball 2.
That's a ball. Went with the sweeper. Alejandro Kirk on deck for the Blue Jays. Lined into right. And that is that. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. This is Red Sox baseball on the show, New England. And we're back here at Fenway Park, and the starter for Toronto, Shane Bieber. And for whatever reason, he's been more effective on the road like this than at home, Chris.
Boog, I really think he likes being the villain. This is a guy that seems like he thrives off of the negative energy in those away ballparks and gets better the more hostile the crowd gets. So whatever the reason is, he's got good stuff combined with the right type of attitude, and I think that's why he's been so effective away from home this season.
One up, one down. As we check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Not a team that usually sees a lot of pitches or works a ton of walks, Chris. They take a more aggressive approach than some of the other teams in the league.
They've got some free swingers, don't they? It's a great approach with pitches over the plate, but when the pitcher expands the zone, it just doesn't work. They need to draw more walks to get runners on base.
The 1-1. This one in the air right field. Makes a nice running catch. 2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. got him swinging. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. We played an inning, no score. Back inside Fenway Park. Well, Siggy, this starting staff have been the backbone of the team, and once again, they're setting the tone.
Yeah, every time out, it seems like one of these arms steps up. That consistency is becoming their trademark.
Strike two. Gray, more than 100 career wins on the mound, a former first-round pick back in 2011. There's a swing and a drive, and it hits off the monster. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
That is it. The left fielder.
Here's the left fielder, Jesus Sanchez. Line drive, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Here's George Springer. Up the middle, and he can't come up with it. And everyone's safe. They're loaded.
That is seven. The center fielder from the farm, Dalton Varsho.
All loaded up. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Ball to strike. The pitch. This one's blistered. No doubt about it. Out of here. Grand slam. He'll take a trot around the bases. Home run number 15 on the year. And they jump ahead in the second. It's 4-0.
One big swing, and that turns the tables on this one. And when you come to the plate with the bases loaded and you've got some pop, you know it's hard not to think about the chance to hit a grand slam. And that could be a trap sometimes, but not right here. He sees the opportunity, put a great swing on it, and now they're working with the lead.
Lined into right, and there's one down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Anthony Santander at the plate.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
You know, Singy, they talk about Red Sox Nation, but there is something to that because the Boston Red Sox aren't just about Boston or Massachusetts. It's that whole New England area. So you're talking about Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Northern Connecticut. There's a whole segment of the country that is locked in on the Boston Red Sox pitch to pitch throughout the summer. Now a chance for Ernie Clement. Line drive, base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
The first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Here's a 1-1.
They travel really well, and I think Red Sox fans are sprinkled all over the country.
4 runs already in the frame here at the top of the second. Hit in the air, left field. Durant settles under this one, and there's 2 away.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the third baseman, Addison.
Now here is Addison Barger. First and second, 2 down. Here in the second game of the series. Hard hit, right side. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Take another look at the Toronto Grand Slam. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu. Got him. That's one out, the bottom of the second.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. And now the DH, Masataka Yoshida. The 1-1.
Oh, that's cool.
Right through there for a strike. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog. And I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way. So people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
He's got it.
Batting 7, the catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
And next for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
And it is 2-1. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. Contreras off of first with 2 away. On the ground, right side. The flip, it's there, and that's a great play. 1 left for the Red Sox. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Top half of the 3rd inning, and now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. Short hop liner, handled it short. Throws to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Now the left fielder, Jesus Sanchez. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1. This one smoked, could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. In safely, it's a double, and his 2nd hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. 1 out, runner at 2nd, and it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Man at 2nd. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. The 1-2. In the air to left center. Durant on the move. He makes the grab. Runner tags at 2nd. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Man on 2nd, 2 down. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Sanchez around 3rd. He will score. It's an RBI single. It's 5-0.
Up next is Blue Jays, the shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Here's a 2-1. And that one is lifted in the air. And that is that. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And the lead is now 5-0. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back here at Fenway, Joe stepping in for Boston. Cedar Rafaela.
Oh, that's okay.
It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
On the ground. And foul ball. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. And a man aboard. Marcelo Meyer, the next to hit. 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Struck him out looking with the off-speed stuff.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Jarren Duran at the plate. You look at his ability to hit the ball. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. It kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Fires over to Guerrero, and there are 2 outs.
A well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
And stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. Here's a 1-1. On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1-2 here. On the ground to third. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. 1 left for the Red Sox. It's 5-0. Welcome back, and now on the mound to start the 4th, Johan Oviedo.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Welcome back. Well, after stringing together some impressive starts, they're looking pretty shaky today, Singy.
Yeah, not as sharp as we've seen lately, folks, but even on an off day, if they can compete and keep the game within reach, that's still a win for the staff.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. The 2-1. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Brings it in with a nice running grab. 1 away. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and the umpires might be forced to make a decision soon.
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, everyone looking and wondering when they're going to stop play. It definitely feels close.
Ripped into right field, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the third baseman,
Addison Barger will hit next. Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone. His 13th home run of the season, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 8-0.
He was able to hit one out in this weather. Are you kidding me? How did he do that? changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
One down. Here's a catcher to hit, Alejandro Kirk. This one in the air, right field. Abreu coming on, pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the right fielder, Jesus.
Now it's going to be Jesus Sanchez. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the right fielder, number 4.
And the batter is George Springer. 1-1 now. This one in the air, center field. Anthony on his way over. And that is that. 3-run shot for the Jays this inning. It's now an 8-0 game. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. And that's in for a strike. 2-2.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
Sets him down on strikes. And that's 4 strikeouts. As expected, we're going into a rain delay, and I have a feeling this is going to be a long break, Singy. It is really coming down as they put the tarp on the infield.
Yeah, I think we kind of saw this one coming, Boog, and it's not going to be a short break either, so guess we go grab some coffee or something, man. Go sneak in a game of the show before play picks back up.
Bring it. Laser could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. And he's got himself a triple.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Here's Contreras now. Fastball is outside.
So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night got a chance to see the Red Sox clinch the East against the White Sox in that sliding catch in the corner by Tom Verdansky. The Red Sox would end up losing to the Oakland A's in the playoffs, but that's one of the things that I'll think about in terms of memories from going to college and going to Fenway. Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. Brings it in. Runner tagging from third. He's into scoring the sac fly, and they're on the board, but lots of ground to make up.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man. Didn't last long before I was pulled aside by a veteran pitcher. He had a talk with me. I don't know if I ever missed a cutoff man again.
Liner caught it second. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a runner left. We've played 4. It's the Blue Jays 8 and the Red Sox 1. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the show, New England. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th, number 56.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. brings it in. And there's one down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
And next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. Popped up. Rafaela under it. 2 away down.
Man, he just couldn't lay off right there. Those high fastballs, they just look really good because they're eye level, but they're just about impossible to get the barrel to.
So up next, Anthony Santander. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ball popped in the air out to shallow center. And that is that. Down in order go the Blue Jays. And it remains an 8-1 game. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
Me and my homies rolling on the block. We saw some on the jocks. Drop top Benzo sitting on Lorenzo's.
And a 1-1. A dive. He's got it. Throw to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Great cat-like reflexes right there. Lays out, knocks the ball down, and then fires with that rocket arm all the way across the diamond. Man, put this guy in the mound.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. That's it for Shane Bieber. And a pretty good outing for him as he leaves with a nice lead. New pitcher when we get back. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Brendan Little.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Here's the third baseman, Marcelo Meyer. Swing and a miss as he was late. The Jays up big in this one. Last half of inning number 5. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Got him. 2 gone now.
Oh, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
On a line out towards center. And that's the third out. Nothing doing for Boston. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Back in the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. Leading off, Ernie Clement.
The second baseman, Ernie Clement.
The 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. That when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
2 down, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Addison Barger. And 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Two down, nobody on. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Well, he hasn't gotten a result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Foul ball left side, he'll see another.
Ball.
Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10. Swings and misses, it's a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Bottom of the 6th. Joe stepping in for Boston. Roman Anthony.
Roman Anthony.
2-1 now. Ground ball up the middle. Whips it to first. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
The batter number 10. Shortstop Trevor Story.
Here's Story now. The 1-1. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it bangs off the monster. So a man at first. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And out of here. He deposits that one into the monster seats. His 14th of the year. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 8-3.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out? Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
1 down. Joe stepping in for Boston. Wilson Contreras. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball left side. And it goes just foul. On the ground right side. Clement over to first. And there's 2 away.
The batter number 7. Designated hitter Masataka.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Brendan Little out of the game. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Now here's Tyler Rogers out of the pen.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
And it's even up. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here at the bottom of the 6th. This one in the air center field. And that'll do it. 2 runs for Boston on the home run. It's now 8-3. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back here at Fenway, and now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen. Number 56 done for the night. So the Red Sox bring on a new pitcher, Cutter Crawford.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
The 1-1. Line drive and foul ball. The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. In the air, right field. And there's one away.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the left fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
So digging in, Jesus Sanchez. The 2-1. There's the strike. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the right fielder, George Springer. Swings through that. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Blue Jays go down in order, but they lead at 8-3. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Red Sox, the catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Spencer Miles, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Nance getting cranked up as well. And now it's 1-2. Chases in the dirt. Slider there. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, you don't see it very often, but every once in a while a guy strikes out and still somehow ends up safe on first. And when it happens, you kind of scratch your head. But I guess sometimes a pitch is so nasty it makes everyone miss. Now they're going to have to get more than 3 outs in this inning.
Man at first. And next for the Red Sox, Ceddanne Rafaela. Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it's off the Green Monster. Safely into second. He's got a double.
He was all over that one. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
So stepping in for Boston, Marcelo Meyer. The Red Sox with a chance to get back into it here at the bottom of the 7th. This to third, and that one handled. Long throw to first, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Now batting Jarren Duran.
The goal is to give your teammate a chance to score from third. There's a few ways he can get it done, but his best chance is to drive one in the air. Look for the right pitch up and then smoke it.
Two on, one out. This one in the air, center field. Varsho has a beat on it. He's there He's got it. Runner tags from third. The relay. And he's safe as the run scores from third.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Tyler Rogers gives way, and a runner at third. So we'll see how the next pitcher deals with that when we get back.
Now pitching for
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Tommy Nance. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's the center fielder, Roman Anthony.
The center fielder, Roman Anthony.
Outside with the breaking ball. Hit in the air, center field. Varsho on the move. And that is the third out of the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Blue Jays 8 and the Red Sox 4. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. He crushed one out of here earlier, an absolute tape measure shot.
Yeah, indeed. It was a rocket. Just launched that thing. His swing, man, is so clean right now. I doubt he even felt the baseball make contact with the bat.
Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. Another homer, his second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 9-4.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. So up next for Toronto, Anthony Santander. The 1-1 is fouled off. 1-2 now. Ripped to first.
That is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Back to the top of the order now. Here's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across, and we're in the top of the 8th. Shoots a line drive single into right center. And that keeps the inning going.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boo. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Tag, safe at second. Should be a pass ball and maybe a costly one with 2 away.
Just looked like a lapse in concentration right there behind the plate. Maybe got crossed up, but either way, now they have to deal with the runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. A little bit low. Ball 3.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Stays alive.
flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch, keep the at-bat alive.
Swing and a ground ball. Save!
No, he's in there.
Fantastic effort, but that extends the inning.
Not every base hit is a liner into the gap, just like not every strikeout's a perfect slider down and away. I mean, right there, he just put the ball in play on the ground and gave it his all to get down to first for the knock.
So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger. 2 on, 2 outs. That one to first. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Flips it. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. It's opened up now, 9-4. This is Red Sox baseball on the show, New England. On to the bottom of the 8th. So stepping in for Boston, Trevor Story. The 1-1. Swings and sends a rocket to right. 1 down.
Up next for the Red Sox, the right fielder, Wilyer.
And next for the Red Sox, Wilyer Abreu. Nance, a righty that throws with power. He features a slider, a slurve, and he works in a sinker. The 1-1. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Lined into left center. Should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. Pulls in with a double. 3rd hit for him today.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
1 out, runner at second. Here comes Wilson Contreras. Man at second. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and it clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Swings and misses. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
Nice, doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone, so as a hitter, you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
Man on second, 2 down. Pitch misses there. They're down 3-1. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Tommy Nance is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Spencer Miles on a pitch out of the pen here.
Well, walks have been a big issue for him this year, so I expect these hitters to be patient up there.
And here's the catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
The catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
Here's a 1-1. High fly ball lifted into the air right field. And makes the grab. And that's the inning. Boston strands a pair. They trail it here 9-4. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Next offering in there for a strike. And a count 1-2. Good job to fight that one off. Here's a 1-2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Jesus Sanchez next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss.
Just a little too quick on that front shoulder, front hip, front foot. Everything comes open. No way of making contact with that one. And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Challenge from behind the dish here. Pretty close, but it was a ball. So that removes their last challenge. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
2 down, bases empty. Now at the plate, George Springer. And strike 2.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these pitchers really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
That's a ball.
And that skips in the dirt. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the ninth. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
Well, 2-out walks are never good, especially when you're trying to get back into that dugout. But he's still in a good spot. He's just got to refocus and deal with the bottom of this order.
And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone. Stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's a 1-2. And they'll do it again. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Blue Jays held in check. They're on top, however, 9-4. Bottom of the 9th. So stepping in for Boston, Cedar Rafaela. Here's a 1-1. Bloop behind second. It falls for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard. Here's the third baseman, Marcelo Meyer. And a 1-2 towards first. Oh, great stop. The feed for 1. They get the double play, and just 1 out to go now.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
So they're down to their final out. Jarren Duran digs in now. 2 down, nobody on. That to right. Springer, couple of steps in. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays slug their way to a win in this one.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
9-4, our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
I said the windows tinted, it ain't rented, I'm winning. Baby was with it in mid-sentence, feel it. Hustling, no bad, I did it. It's just the beginning, I ain't even close to finish. I got money on the other line, I got to get the call. If you ain't gonna make me better, I don't even get involved. Couple on the close, that's involved. Getting duggets with my dogs till it's through the walls. I done drove everything, Fiskars to Nissans. Don't do arguing, I just throw the peace signs. Meditate for some me time. time, headed back into the city. I'm on the east side.